reflection in your fate. I have a voice that is my savior. Hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to rule your fate. I hear voices crying. I see heroes dying. I taste blood that's trying. I feel tension rising. I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me. They talk to me. They tell me things that I will do. They show me things I'll do to you. They talk to me. They talk to me.
Hi. Anyway, welcome back to Upstream Mints Truth. I am your only host on this show, and not ready to get started yet, but somebody sent me this really cool video for an intro, and I think I'll play it. However, it would be rude of me not to mention who made this. And who made this was Southwest Gilf. Was it Southwest Gilf? Gilf. We'll just say Gilf. I don't remember if there's Southwest on it, but I think there was. Anyway, let's watch this quick little intro. And maybe it'll get us in the mood.
Today to the same old noise. Empty words from the talking boys. Promise is fair, but the truth is thin. Tell me, where do we even begin? Was this one spoken when lines are drawn? Fighting for scraps from dust till dawn.
Well, that was it. Thank you, Southwest Gilf. I like it. And you're going to like it too, guys. You're going to like it too. Wow, look at that. Oh. Oh no, 7 days, guys. 7 days. What are we going to do? We have 7 days. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oops. I hope you are ready for some content that I got over the past week. 2 days. 3 days. Involving some of the stuff that's obviously going on in the world that I feel like I would like to talk about. And the first thing we're going to do, obviously, it's the morning. That wasn't my morning video for the wake up. So obviously you guys know. I don't have to tell you got to get a cup of coffee or whatever it is you guys drink in the morning because, well, you're adults. You're adults. We're all adults. We better all be adults. Never mind, I'm having a bad bear day. Get it? Bear day instead of hair. Y'all are no fun this morning. Jesus Christ. Anyway, before we do all that, food, breakfast, drink, water, whatever y'all do while the morning music break goes. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. And just remember in Minneapolis, you are now doing that FO portion. But I'll be right back.
Everywhere I go, I keep a gun to imagine me giving one single solitary fuck. Imagine me not doing 5 figures in a month. Wave to my haters 5 fingers, then I leave one up. Get out the way, bitch. I ain't written out, but I pull that thing out and spray, bitch. Fuck around and you gon' find out today I don't play, bitch. I ain't changed anything but the change in my bank, bitch. Only thing that I bought was some bullets for the range. And I don't mean a rover trying to buy a tank. Ain't no limit what these motherfuckers do that hate. Ay, I don't need a click, bitch. I'm a fucking renegade. Ay, run up on the whip and it's gunplay. Ay, run up on the crib and it's Mossberg pump. Olay. Time my voice in the track, me doing numbers like a athlete, getting money like an athlete. Rappers at me thinking that me that they been doing, cause it's bumping like acting wappy. Fuck out of here with lame shit. We ain't say the same shit, like a different language. There you say my name, bitch, instead of blanket statements. Game is full of fake shit, my bank is full of statements. I don't know how they do it where y'all from, but I promise you fucking with the wrong one. It's codes to the shit, lines that you don't cross and you were close to them, bitch. You don't think I'll pull it, bitch? You gon' fuck around and find out. Squeezing till I'm out of bullets. You gon' fuck around and find out. Better keep it cool, think it through for this blow your mind out. You don't think I do it?
up, Yeti?
I'm the truth, bitch. What the fuck I need to lie about? Get in the booth, bitch. Eat the beat like fucking Donna. MVP, that's me. You getting cut in tryouts. RP, wished on me didn't think that I fucking find out. Hope you enjoyed your little time out. Time to go back to your hideout. Measy back up on his greasy. Who is he? About to find out all over the internet. Even when a motherfucker is signed out. I know these voters wanna peck my eye out higher. Gon' act like I ain't shit in the pot. I'll give them the whole 9. Y'all be straight to the pylon. You motherfuckers is wildin'. Trying me, don't sit there trying. I am in the league of my own, that's why these labels won't sign them. I am a monster, but God know that I don't wanna get violent. Cause times that I black out and don't know where the hell I am. All that I know, I ain't dying tonight, at least without fighting that iron on me at all times. Bitch, don't think that I'm lying, because you don't think I pull it, bitch. You gon' fuck around and find out. Squeeze until I'm out of bullets. You gon' fuck around and find out. Better keep it cool, think it through for this blow your mind out. You don't think I do it, bitch, and you gon' fuck around and find out. You don't think I pull it, bitch. You gon' fuck around and find out. Squeeze until I'm out of bullets. You gon' fuck around and find out. Better keep it cool, think it through for this blow your mind out. You don't think I do it, bitch, and you gon' fuck around and find out. I don't know how they do it where y'all from, but I promise you fucking with the wrong one. It's codes to the shit, codes to the shit. Lines that you don't cross and you were close to them, bitch.
Welcome back to the show. The show. Oh, man. I forgot I had 2 videos lined up for you. One of them was obviously Mises because, well, how do you start off the morning without Mises? But this one is not really mainstream. You probably won't see it on TV. Probably won't hear it on the radio. But ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
Woke up crying at about noon. Just remembered I gotta protest ICE real soon. I gotta yell and block before deportations begin, before I start stealing all my friends. About to go and I started to cry. My kids had to go to school, so I gave them a ride. Ran to the car and grabbed my tissue. I gotta do something about this ICE agent issue. Change my pronouns and grab my whistle. These racist ICE agents need a quick dismissal. Jumped in the pilot, heard Trump, and I cried. I got real triggered and proceeded to cry. Then I heard AOC say, if you obstruct the agency, immigrants can stay. I saw golden caskets on my new wish list, and my kids watch me on the news and went something like this. Cruising down the street in my Honda, screaming at agents. Bring a drama. Went to the scene to block the road. My crew protesting, cause that's liberal code. A car pulls up trying to George Floyd me. A racist ICE agent asking me to leave. He rolls down his window and he started to say, get the f*** out the car, don't make me spray. Cause the libs of Democrats are brainwashed retards. I tried to block the road and I shot my car. I know nothing in life, but I found out real quick. Oh shit, I brought my dog and my kids will be pissed.
Sad story for that dog. Sad story. Oh no, you're making anti people. You're making fun of people's death. I always make fun of people's death. I've made fun of people's death when people died. Like, in front of me. Well, not immediately, there's a day or two, but you kind of have to have humor. Dark humor is good for the soul. Believe it or not. Especially when you've gone through some dark times and you've seen some crazy shit in your life that most people see on TV. But this isn't TV, ladies and gentlemen. This is YouTube. And YouTube has 2 realities. The YouTube reality and then my reality. We bring this together. And I'm glad you're here. I'm not going to be like that fucking JD Delay. I love you. Whatever the fuck he says. Dude always sounds like a little fucking crybaby simp. I love you guys. I really do. I love you. But he says it like 40 times during a fucking live, so it kind of loses its appeal. Now, what we were doing, this is going to be a long show today, guys, by the way, because we have Nick Shirley, which is about an hour long, a bunch of shit in between, and then we have this press secretary? No. This bill signing that I 100% get behind. If you don't know, there was what was it called? Whole Milk Act? Hold on, let me double check before I lie to this. It's on my Facebook. Sorry guys, I post it on Facebook and then forget what I said. course, there's a lot of fucking memes. Whole Milk for Children Act. So basically what it does, it's replacing all that skim milk, 2% milk, and putting whole milk back into schools. And they're going to explain why. And then when they were explaining this, I was thinking, holy shit. When I was a kid, I drank whole milk all the time. And my kids, they drink whole milk all the time. I don't know why it's bad for whole milk. Apparently it's the best for development. You know, I never understood 2% in skim milk. I really didn't, because to me it was just water. Watered down milk. Anyway, let's get to this. Donald Trump and the save... I forgot what it was fucking called already. I waited for like 2 hours for this shit to come on yesterday.
Wonderful life, and they're happier today than they would have been if we didn't sign this. So we'll be talking about that in a second. Will, could you read the first two items, and we're going to get going after that. And we'll be talking about a couple of things. We have some news on Iran, which we're going to talk about.
So shortly before,
I'm not really going to get into that news on Iran, but what he says for Iran is that he was told that the executions have temporarily stopped, to include the mass live televised execution that was supposed to happen, also not happening, according to Donald Trump and his sources. I haven't heard anything come out of Iran lately since he said this shit yesterday, except for some CNN and MS Now and all their shit saying, oh, there's all these. Like, yeah, dude, of course they're going to say that. Are they doing up to the minute? Who knows? Maybe he's lying. Maybe he's not. But why would he tell the media? The media spreads lies and misinformation. We see that all through the fucking weeks, especially when it comes to ICE in Minneapolis.
all came in, the president signed 2 executive actions. The first is the result of a Section 232 trade investigation into critical minerals supplies. What it does is it sets up a mechanism, a process by which the United States will seek to secure its international supply chain of critical minerals and critical mineral-derived products. The second is actually the result of another Section 232 trade investigation, this one into semiconductors. It sets up a 2-phase process. Under the first phase, semiconductors that are imported into the United States of America that are not then used domestically to build out RAI or computing architecture here will be subject to a 25% tariff. So, for example, semiconductors that were transshipped through the United States to other foreign countries would be subject to that 25% tariff. But those are 2 executive actions that the president reviewed shortly before you all came in.
So they're going to sell chips, basically, and it's a chip. It's not the highest level, but it's a very good level. And China wants them.
China.
Want them, and we're going to be
Funny.
making 20.
All these people want these chips built from the United States. You know, I'm kind of like, okay, cool. We'll have control of those microchips, right? If we build them, who knows what we can do to them? Look at our phones. They listen all the time, even when they're not working.
25% on the sale of those chips, basically. So we're allowing them to do it, but the United States is getting 25% of the chips in terms of the dollar value, and I think it's a very good deal. Great deal. They're taking billions of dollars, and they've done a fantastic job. But it's not the Blackwell or the Rubin. Those are the 2 top, but it's a very good chip, and people want it, and we think it's in our best interest to do. And we have some other little things to talk about. Maybe we'll start that first. Should I start that first? I think they're going to want me to. I have a feeling they're going to want me to. We have been notified, and pretty strongly, but we'll find out what that all means. But we've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it. I'm sure if happens, we'll all be very upset,
I couldn't find anything.
including you will be very upset, but that's just gotten to me, some information that the killing has stopped, that the executions have stopped. They're not going to have an execution, which a lot of people.
They've already
talking
killed
about for the last
12,000
couple of
people,
days.
though.
Today was going to be the day of execution. And
Think about this.
another piece of information that
Israel got all upset because 1,700 people were killed. There's 12,000 people that have been killed in a week in Iran for protesting.
I think is very important is the leaker has been found and is in jail right now.
I think the leaker he might be talking about works for the Washington Post.
And that's the leaker on Venezuela. And a very bad leaker. So there could be some others, and we'll let you know about that. We're out on their trail. But the leaker has been found, and the leaker's in jail. And will probably be in jail for a long time. Let's see what happens. So we'll let you know. We'll keep you apprised as to what's going to happen with that. And I want to thank all of the incredible people behind me, political people, both Republicans and Democrats, because they like whole milk. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, whole milk is, right? As a
Yeah, that's all I drank. Maybe that's why I'm lactose intolerant.
senator
No, I'm
was
Asian.
in the office many years ago. It feels like many years ago, but quite a while ago, right at the beginning of my first term.
Yeah, with Elijah Cummings.
Right, with Elijah, a very good person. You and I had a good relationship with him. At that time, I think you were a congressman, and you've made a lot of progress. You've done very well.
Some would disagree.
No, I don't disagree. I think you did a great job. But it's great to have you here again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So today, I'm delighted to sign the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act into law, which is a very important thing for our farmers, and I think maybe more important for our people, right? The people that drink milk. This is the first bill signing of the new year, and it will ensure that millions of school-aged children have access to high-quality milk as we make America healthy again. I want to thank Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins, who's behind me, Secretary of Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Senators John Boozman and Mike Crapo, Roger Marshall,
One of the
Peter Welch,
senators is actually a
as
Democrat.
well as Representative G.T. Thompson and
Not that it matters.
Tim Wahlberg, all great people. Also with us today is USDA National Nutrition Advisor, Dr. Ben Carson, my friend for a long time. We went head to head.
Y'all
And It's
did.
not easy going head to head with Ben. What is that? He's like Craig. He still looks good. That's because he drinks a lot of milk. And some of our nation's wonderful dairy farmers and their children. They're going to be farmers for a long time, we hope. As it currently stands, schools participating in the National School Lunch Program are only able to offer students low or non-fat milk options. That was changed during the Obama administration. A lot of people disagreed with it at the time. With this legislation, schools will finally be able to expand
I was reading some chats, and they were talking about, well, why don't we just fix the food problem as well? Like, bro, you got to start somewhere. And milk is probably the best place to start. I remember in high school, I was a senior, and they would have extra drinks for sale, and I used to drink fucking Fruitopia every lunch my senior year. Don't know why. But then again, I was only like 135, 140 pounds, so it didn't really matter.
their offerings to include nutritious whole milk. It's actually a legal definition, whole milk. And it's whole with a W, for those of you that have a problem. Most of the media will get that. This is the perfect follow-up to the new Real Food Pyramid, and Secretary Kennedy and Secretary Rollins announced that last week. You probably heard. This legislation also allows parents to directly request a substitute for milk for children with dairy intolerance.
Like me.
Previously, parents were required to submit a written statement from a doctor, but we're eliminating that rather ridiculous policy, allowing parents to choose what is best for their child, which is a big move. Hard to believe that that would be a big thing, but it is. And of course, these changes will be major victories for the American dairy farmers who we love and who voted for me in great numbers, I will say. I think I got every one of them. In December, I also signed the Secure Rural Schools Reauthorization Act, and I'm proud to say that these two pieces of legislation will give school-age children across the country the resources and support that they need, not just to succeed, but really to thrive in life and later on in life. So I
Which is
want
all
to
we
ask
really want, right?
Secretary Rollins to say a few things, and then I'd like to ask Secretary Kennedy and Dr. Carson.
And that's
I'd
crazy
also like to hear
when
from
I think, when I was a recruiter, all these young kids that were not young, 17 and above, that were considering joining the Army, and a lot of them had like a lot of health issues, bone issues, respiratory issues, all kinds of shit. It was like hard to get people in.
these great political leaders, senators, congressmen, if they'd like to say something. I'd be honored. So, Brooke, do you want to start?
Yes, sir. Thank you. And what a joy and an honor
Hello, Brooke.
it is to be here. I feel like I have the best job in the world with representing all of these farmers. And Mr. President, not in our lifetime, has been a president who loves and supports our farmers more, and certainly the dairy
I thought Joe
farmers.
did.
I want to thank all of our farmers here today, sir. Most of them
Can't say Joe did, because wasn't Joe letting China buy up all these farms? I could be wrong.
fifth and sixth generation. They represent states from all across our country, and bringing the children to and seeing what the next generation of dairy farmers looks like. The amazing thing is some of these farmers back here from Butler, Pennsylvania, he milks
Where?
Butler.
Pennsylvania.
I love Butler, I do.
Yeah, and they love you. They love you. But he milks about 40 to 60 cows. And then we have Jamie from Wisconsin, who milks about 5,000 cows.
God
And they
damn.
represent all across the spectrum and what this means. And I think it's important to note that in the last year, your support for these American farmers, for rural America, the One Big Beautiful bill was the largest investment in rural America in history. I think that's important to note. The trade, and I see my friend Jameson Greer over there and Howard Lutnick on this end. We've opened up more than 24 different markets. Milk exports, dairy exports are up 23% just in the last year. And when you think about the ag deficit that happened under Joe Biden and the 4 years, we went from a surplus of agriculture products when we left the first time to a $50 billion deficit when we came back. So these are massive, massive wins for America, and I think it's important to note that. I also want to note, and you said it as well, that over a decade ago, Michelle Obama, in this very room,
That
made an
fucking lunch
announcement on a
program that she
short-sighted
ruined.
campaign to ditch the whole milk in schools, and that's what we're working to fix today. Last week, Bobby Kennedy and Ben Carson and Dr. Oz and the whole crew, sir, announced the Dietary Guidelines for Americans 2025 to 2030, which also reintroduced full-fat dairy into a healthy diet. And today, by signing this bill,
not all
Senator
fats is
Marshall
bad.
and Congressman Thompson
I don't know why
and
people
both,
think
all
that.
the wonderful men to the right who worked so hard on this. Peter Welch, it is a bipartisan issue, and understanding where we are in this country and how important the health of certainly our children are is so important. USDA is posting today the guidance. So we're signing the bill, and USDA, we're moving at Trump time, is posting today the new rulemaking that is necessary to
I
get
guess Trump
whole
time's
milk
different from
back
CP.
into school lunches. So that's a really, really big
So
deal
how
too.
long will that take?
It should just take a few weeks, and then the milk starts moving in. So it's a big announcement, sir, for our schools and our children. And I know Secretary Kennedy will talk a little bit about the health issues, so I won't do that. I'll skip over that. You mentioned, and the last thing I'll say, I know we're here to sign the bill on whole milk, but Senator Crapo's work and our wonderful friend Doug LaMalfa, who we lost way too soon,
Right.
their work on securing Rural Schools Reauthorization Act, how important that too is for rural America. 700 eligible rural
That's the
counties
first, or they
across
mentioned that
the
at least
nation are
twice.
now guaranteed funds for schools and roads and infrastructure. So, sir, you say it all the time. Those are your people. They voted for you and with us and saw your vision from the beginning. This is who we're here to support today, in addition to the whole milk for healthy schools, which will help all children. Just remember, eat real food and drink whole milk. What a joy again it is to be here, and I especially want to thank all of our incredible farmers for what you do. So, sir, with that, I'll turn it over to Secretary Kerry.
And just before you do that, how are we doing with food prices, bringing them down?
Yes,
Here
sir.
we go.
Well, I'm glad you asked because I brought a
The only thing
chart.
they didn't mention is beef.
And that just happened to be right behind me. So, speaking of milk, milk is actually way down, and I know we're here to talk about that today. Obviously,
44%.
that's right, sir. Eggs-
44% down. Milk, 44%.
Let her talk, Don.
Eggs is way down, milk is way down. This is just since we took office, sir. Fresh whole chicken down 2%, cheese down, tomatoes down, butter down. Of course, eggs are way down, potatoes down almost 3%, fresh fruits down almost 3%. But this is just the beginning. And as we continue to bring the cost of farming down,
Yeah,
bring
bad
the cost
news,
of
sweating.
inputs down, open up the markets, support our farmers, we'll see even more affordability.
Dude, Ben Carson
And
looked like
eggs are
a
down
token.
31%.
But there's more black people.
That's really something. Where's Bobby?
Bobby's right here. I'm gonna sit with Bobby so we don't talk about it.
Why did Bobby have to bend tie?
Go ahead. Good to see you. We like Bobby.
And I want to echo what Brooke said about finally having a president that sees the alignment between farm prosperity,
That's right.
good food policy, and the health of our children. These are common sense associations. Democrats have been talking about them for eons. Republicans have been talking about them. We finally have a president that is implementing these policies and getting real food to our children. Today, President Trump signs the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act of 2025, a long overdue correction to the school nutrition policy that puts children's health first. For years, Washington treated fat, especially saturated fat,
Oh, I thought he said
as the enemy.
bag.
It made a war on saturated fat. This is the peacetime president. He's made it 8.5 deals ending wars, and he's also ended the war on saturated fat. As a result, whole and 2% milk disappeared from school menus, even though science has never shown that whole milk harms children. Evidence increasingly shows the opposite. The panoply of nutrients in whole milk is critical to brain development and physical development in our children. Whole and 2% milk provide 13 essential ingredients critical for growth, development, immune system function, and overall health, including protein, calcium, vitamin D, and healthy fats. Yet since these milk options were removed more than a decade ago, school milk consumption and meal participation have declined dramatically. Today, between 68% and 94% of school-age boys and girls fail to meet recommended dairy intake, according to federal guidelines. When schools limit milk choices, the kids do not move to healthier substitutes. They move to caffeinated drinks, to sugar drinks,
Fruitopia.
and to sweetened beverages with little or no nutritional value and the potential to wreak havoc on metabolic health, which is driving the chronic disease epidemic in our country. During the same period that whole milk was regulated out of lunchroom, rates of childhood obesity and diabetes rose significantly. Removing whole milk did not improve health, it damaged it. Thanks to President Trump's leadership, this law fixes that mistake. It allows schools in the National School Lunch Program to offer whole reduced fat, low fat, or fat-free, flavored or unflavored, organic or conventional. It restores choice to schools, parents, and students and encourages consumption of nutrient-dense foods that kids will actually drink. The law also removes unnecessary bureaucracy by allowing parents or legal guardians to request milk substitutes without the necessity of involving a doctor. And it corrects a flawed technical rule by excluding fluid milk from saturated
You think they
fat
provide
combinations that distorted school
lactose-free milk?
menus. Milk fat is not junk food. Treating it that way undermined nutrition and ignored the science. Last week, Secretary Rollins and I unveiled President Trump's new food pyramid and updated our dietary guidelines with a clear message: eat real food. This law puts that principle into action. As Secretary of Health and Human Services, I support this reform because it aligns federal policy with evidence-based nutrition, not ideology or dogma. Healthy kids need real food. They need real protein. They need healthy fats. and they need policies grounded in reality and science. I want to thank President Trump again for his vision, for signing this bill.
Yo, that fat
for
dude really
continuing
is
to put
sweating.
children's health first.
It's like the second time.
This is exactly the kind of practical change that will make America healthy again.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, Bobby. We have some milk here. It's been sitting here for 5 days, so. It's from the original bottle, and I brought it so the press can have some. You can swig it all out of this. Remember the old days when we were kids, everybody shared a bottle? Today, we tend not to do that, but if you'd like to, if you trust the person.
Yo, we used to
that
share
you-
drinks all the time.
It's right here. It's yours, okay? It's
We also
semi-fresh,
should share
5,
chicken
6
pop.
days old. Thank you. So Ben Carson, special man, knows a lot about health. He looks better than ever. So Ben, how about it?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for being interested in the health of the people. It's made a big difference in facilitating an atmosphere where the agencies can work together.
Look at Ben. He's like,
Secretary
I don't have to walk to the side of him.
Kennedy, Marty McCary, Dr. Oz, the whole group. Every week at
Yo.
least meeting once to talk about these
Doesn't
things.
Ben look
It's
like
made
he's
a
a
big
house
difference.
right here?
And I want to thank the dairy farmers. I know you guys have
What's up,
been in the
Dominique?
doghouse for a little while. You're out of the doghouse as of today. Yes, sir. And, whole milk is a wonderful beverage. Good protein. We talk about real food. It is real food. Healthy fats, important nutrients. You look at vitamin D, you look at calcium, phosphorus, the things that are absolutely essential for bone development and for teeth. But as a neurosurgeon, the thing I really like is the brain, what it does for the brain. You know, the brain starts to develop right after conception and adds millions of neurons every single day. Continues to do that right up until the mid to late 20s.
Oh,
Now, it's important what that brain is getting during the development.
because you're not fully developed
Or is it
according to
getting-
health until
So
20.
milk would help your cognitive
Pediatrician.
ability.
Absolutely. You can tell who's been
Take a
drinking.
cognitive test. I've taken a lot of them. I've aced every one of them.
You
'cause
too,
I drink
Gomez.
milk.
It's good for it, and it shows.
Do you consider there to be a big difference in taste between what you are having and this? This is just, it just
Only
looks
5
so
days
good
old.
sitting there, right? It
Give it a
looks
try.
nice.
What's the worst that could happen?
Go ahead, Ben, sorry to interrupt you.
Fuck, this
When you go
computer's
to
get out of the
school
way.
And you give the kids milk, real milk, they love it. When you pour this stuff that looks like, dish pan water, you don't particularly want that. It doesn't taste good either. So this is a great day. It's only a part of what's happening with our emphasis on health. Our longevity has been going down, and other industrialized nations it's been going up. And it's because we haven't been paying attention to this. That has changed, and we want to thank you for your leadership.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you've done, too, for the country. I'd like to ask a few of our senators to say a couple of words. Maybe we should start with the Democrat in our midst. What do you think? Yeah,
Peter Welch.
How about Peter Welch? And,
Yeah.
thank you very much for being here, Peter.
No, thank you. Our dairy farmers are so vitally important, and they have a way of life that transmits from one generation to another, and it's tougher than ever for our dairy farmers in Vermont, our dairy farmers in Pennsylvania, and others.
There's dairy
South
farmers in
Carolina,
Vermont?
Here. But they're the lifeblood of the community. Nobody works harder, and nobody does things that are better for our nutrition. And also for our kids, I'm in agreement. The kids having access to healthy milk good milk, whole milk, is really good for them. And one of the things that I get very excited about, that really the Vermont farmers talked about, is they have their milk from their farm that then goes directly to many of our schools. And then kids come out to the farms and start seeing how milk is made, what farming is about. That's good for America. It's not a party deal. This has been a bipartisan effort. I appreciate
15 years to
my
get this
colleague,
passed, by the way.
Senator Marshall, who did a great job, and JT when I was in the House. And Tim, thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you, Peter.
President.
It's got to be like a 90-10 issue, another one of those 90-10. It's good to have you on our side. But
Dude,
it's
this
a
politician
great issue.
side, there really are a bunch of old rich white guys. Weird.
And it's a great thing to do, and we're very proud of it. We're very proud of our farmers. Senator, do you want to say a few words?
Sure, I'll be very brief. We all want to see you sign this bill. But I really appreciate you and Brooke bringing up the Secure Rural Schools legislation. This is critical legislation to our rural communities across this country, and we have to fight every couple of years to get it extended just a couple of years. And this extension we got this year went back to pick up a few years that we missed and is going to expire again at the end of the next year. And Mr. President and Secretary, I'm going to encourage us to get back in here to sign a Secure Rural Schools bill that is permanent. I want to set a goal, or hope that you'll set a goal with me to get that done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody? Please,
Mr. President? Yeah, Mr. President, thank you so much for having us here. On behalf of Kansas dairy farmers, thank you. Milk is the most wholesome, nutritious drink known to humankind. Not only is it full of essential nutrients, it's full of healthy fats as well as protein. As Dr. Carson pointed out, those healthy fats are what helps that brain develop and help you absorb the fat-soluble vitamins. The protein is why you drink milk.
I think when I used to make my protein drinks, I actually used whole milk instead of water.
And you're not hungry again in 30 minutes. And I have to point out that under the previous couple administrations ago, thanks to them, we have a whole generation of young adults who have osteopenia and osteoporosis because they never drank milk for an entire generation. So getting milk back in the schools is going to give us healthy bones and healthy minds. It sticks to your ribs and it tastes great. Thanks for the show. Yes, sir, Mr. President. Thank you.
Anybody? Politically first, and then we're going to go to the farmers.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Mr. President, thank you so much. I want to ask Dr. Carson if there's an age limit on the cognitive ability. Drinking a whole lot more of this. But thank you.
Bro,
so
when he
much.
gets to the
We
farmers,
literally have
those kids are
legislators
adorable.
here- Legislators here that have worked on this for years. This is something that's been very, very difficult. You're able to help us
You
get
would
it
think
over
it
the-
would have been very easy, actually.
Exactly, but you were able to help us get it over the finish. You and your great team, Brooke, and all of these people have done such a good job. Not only with this issue, but all that we're doing for the farm community, which is so, so very important. So thank you very, very much. And I know that you're going to continue to support farmers like you have.
We do, right from the
Since you
beginning.
were elected. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Mr. President, G.T. Thompson,
Yep.
Chairman of the House Agriculture Committee. I have been working on this bill for 15 years.
Yeah.
And
You hit the gym.
thank you.
That's amazing.
Because of your support and your leadership, we were able to get this across the line.
It's such a shame that it would be so hard. You think it
Oh,
would be-
common sense would,
Yeah, it's
it
common
was
sense.
No, we don't
lost.
have that
And
How
the-
dare you say that
You know, the
word?
benefits today go to those precious children that we see over there. It goes to our dairy farm families who work so hard 7 days a week. There's no day off for a dairy farmer. And quite frankly, our rural communities who, when the misguided move to take whole milk and 2% milk and flavor out of the schools, we lost a generation, probably 2 generations of milk drinkers. And it devastated those rural communities because you lose the dairy farms, then you lose all the supplies, businesses, and then you lose grocery stores, and you lose community pharmacies. Well, that day ends today with your signature. We reverse that trend and we build a robust rural economy. And I'll just close with what will be the theme of my next bumper sticker: whole milk heals.
That's right. That's what they say. I think it's probably true. Anybody else?
Well, Mr. President, as Chairman of the Education and Workforce Committee, this fits, with the kids, with what they can enjoy in school and grow from. Also to have G.T. Thompson sponsor the bill on that committee, and I think I've worked with you for 15 years, but we finally got it done in committee. This makes an impact for education, for our workforce, the health that's there, and the reality of what this farming industry does. I live in the most diverse farm district in Michigan. Thanks for coming to Michigan yesterday.
It was great.
And my kids were raised on, it's legal now, raw milk.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
taken
we-
right out of the bulk tank. And my oldest son became a Pulitzer-nominated journalist for the Chicago Tribune, and I think the milk did it, right? Then I have the benefit of Dr. Carson being a graduate of Andrews University in my district. So all of that goes together. Thank you for signing this. It'll make a difference.
You're right, Philemon. They already lost their mind in Minnesota when it happened last
Couple
night.
of the farmers. Would anybody like to speak? Would you
Yeah.
like to,
Do you
you want to just say how great milk is?
It's so amazing.
Some of these kids, I'm surprised they weren't
Yes, Mr.
super
President, I
scared.
want to say thank you for doing this. It's been stated several times how long this took, and so thank you for your support and leadership in finally making this happen. As a mom and a dairy farmer, this isn't just a big win for the dairy farm families across the country, but as it's been said, the millions of school-age kids that depend on school lunches for their nutrition and to fuel their bodies. So thank you.
So they've been fighting this for years then, huh?
15 years.
Have you
Before
been
these
fighting
kids.
it? You're too young to be fighting it. Have you been fighting it for that long?
For a while, we've been fighting it. I mean, I think I speak for everybody. It's been a long time coming, so your leadership is it.
Well, it's great. I had no idea you would. Just seems to make sense, right? It's hard to believe. When you said 15 years, I said, you have to be kidding. It's, government is tough. Government can be very tough.
Yeah, why don't we build some more nuclear reactors?
So we are very grateful and thankful that you passed this bill because it is common sense as to what we should be consuming.
Right.
Whole foods and whole milk. Unfortunately, that has not been the case for a few years. But research shows and our MAHA movements have been taking the right steps to make America healthy. And our children are growing into active teenagers and athletes. And what do they need? They need strong bones, they need the energy, they need the healthy muscles. And so we are so grateful that the science
Maybe
is
that's why
there,
it's almost
and we are
impossible for me to
actually
break
at
it
the
down.
right point and the right step, making sure
It's
America is
possible, but-
healthy. So we are very thankful.
I think only bones are
So
broken
great.
and
I look forward to getting it all the time. I open a refrigerator, I say milk with rice and milk with water and milk with everything, and I say, what kind of milk is it? That's what I like right there. That's great. Thank you very much, beautiful. Please, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Patrice Onwuka. I am the Center Director at the Independent Women's Forum. I work on economic policies,
Right.
but I'm also a mom of boys, as you can see. This is Jesse. Jesse, you want to say your name and age?
My name is Jesse. I am 6 years old. I am 7 years old. I want to be an engineer when I grow up. I am a first grader. I also know where does milk come from.
Good job.
Where does it come from?
So first farmers milk it, and then next they put it into a coal tank, and then they to take the germs out, they put it very hot, and then they put it back in the coal tank, and then they haul it to somewhere that is cold in a big refrigerator.
What, that is unbelievable.
6-year-old. Well, he got the point that I would want.
Everybody, these guys want it. Let me tell you.
It's a challenge one I would
politicians
love to
want it.
have.
I'm going to give that to you. Is that okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's
and
beautiful.
This is Daniel,
Wow.
his younger brother. Daniel, how old are you?
5.
And what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. And these boys are involved in sports. They go to a public school in the Maryland area, and many of their friends are drinking the kind of options that they don't really like. And so it's good that as they get to drink a glass of milk every morning, their friends will be able to drink that at school as well.
I think
So
it's
thank you
great.
very much for
Beautiful
what you're
boys.
doing
Beautiful,
for
beautiful.
public
Yeah, I
school
think
kids.
when I was in high school, I was
Beautiful
going like half a gallon.
Thank you very much. Doing a great job, too.
Thank you.
Please.
I'm Amber Schwartz. I'm also with Independent Women, but I'm here with my
Schwartz.
son, Luke, who is 13 years old. We're in Alexandria, Virginia. Luke needs a lot of protein right now to grow. In fact, his doctor has told us between 60 and 70 grams a week. And I can't feed him a whole chicken every day, so supplementing with milk is really helping us. Unfortunately, at school, they've offered skim milk and chocolate, and he does not like either. And so he has been turning to the juice boxes and other
How can you not like
drinks that have
chocolate
sugar.
milk?
And so thank you for giving him the opportunity, and
Great.
parents too, to make a choice.
That's great. That's really great. How about you?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm
Nice,
the one.
beautiful red hair. Look
I gotta remember, Ed
I'm
Schwartz
trying to
is good.
match here, so,
Yes.
but I'm the aforementioned one from Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So you know that place very well,
I do.
and we still love you. So,
Thank you.
but Mr.
Thank
President, I was thinking last night when I was milking what I was going to say, and I thought, well, this is such a monumental day in agriculture, not just dairy farmers, but for all of agriculture, because this helps me as a producer, helps the processors. It also helps these kids here. So it's good all around, and this is perfect legislation, a great day for America is what this is.
Thank you very much. Beautifully said, and we appreciate it. And it is a great place that you come from. I love it. Please.
Mr. President, thank you. It's an honor to be here, and I think this is about choices. This day's been a long time coming. We've been waiting on this for many years, and it's great that we're able to provide choices now in schools with whole milk. Well, thank you for that, and thank you for everything that you do for the dairy industry. That us dairy farmers produce valuable nutrients every day for consumers.
So you're going to need to produce more milk because you're not mixing it up with all sorts of things, right?
That's right.
That's great. That's a big. How much of an increase will that be? Do you have any idea?
Pretty good.
A lot more.
A lot more. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's great, boy. That's so good for the industry.
Absolutely.
Hard to believe you had to wait so long.
Yep.
Would you like to say
Mr. President, I'd like to thank you again for your support behind this, and the gentleman standing behind you. Like you said, we worked 15 years on it. I advocate for our industry a lot out in the community, and I know I've been into high schools, I've been in the middle schools where the students want milk. I did a taste test one time at a high school where we gave them whole milk versus the skim milk their school was giving them. The kids love the whole milk. So just your all support behind us, your support getting it pushed through, I really appreciate what you've done and what the gentleman behind you were able to do.
We support the farmer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The farmer knows what's right,
not what
better than anybody
Democrats
else.
are
Bobby
saying
would
right
tell
now.
you that. I mean, the farmer, they know what's right.
Yes, sir.
Especially when it comes to things like this.
We-
Sorry it took so long. It was 15 years. I can't believe it. Howard, would you like to say something?
Doug?
What's amazing is that the president has the leadership and common sense to drive the right outcomes. Why should kids not be given the choice to drink whole milk? How is that even possible? So it's amazing to work for you because you just own common sense and you're driving it through our economy, you're driving it through the farmers. You've got great leadership in Secretary Rollins and Secretary Kennedy, and it's great fun to be here because, I mean, think of today. I mean, how much fun is this? It's just common sense. Come on.
Like the Oval Office. It's just
Yes, sir.
beautiful. Even the media, they come here and they.
Dude, I don't know why I want that
But
desk.
it's sort of like you're in the Oval Office. It's the whole ballgame. It all begins and ends and then re-begins here. There is no place like it, right? Isn't that exciting? There's no place like. If you love the country, especially, there's no place like it. So thank you, Howard, very much. So let's sign it. Should I sign it?
Yes, sir.
Your last chance. We could go another 15 years. Let's do it. Do it.
You go stand right there.
Come on, right over here. We have to do a good one here. This is right?
Yes, sir.
This is an important one.
Dude, I thought he was going to give that pen to the kid.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. Too bad. It's signed by AutoPen. So you can never make a mistake. They made a lot of mistakes. Anyway, here it is. Thank you.
Well, that happened yesterday. I actually
Can I see
thought that was
your badge?
really good deal. I didn't realize until yesterday that it took 15 years, and I don't know, maybe just my kids never said anything, but what were their options for school? Huh. Anyway, I guess unless you're a parent or a dairy farmer, that probably doesn't affect any of y'all. But, hey, healthy choices start at home and school. Yeah, Google is definitely not anti-Semitic friendly. Well, then again, I wouldn't say I'm anti-Semitic. I'm just not pro-Semitic. All right, so this guy, this came out a couple days ago. I watched it when he released it. I do not understand how somebody like this has a job protecting our leaders. And not just any leaders, but the Vice President of the United States. If he is not arrested and charged with espionage. I don't know what's going on. I don't. But they're going to get into this. This guy's a Secret Service agent. He's been in the Secret Service for 5 years on the vice presidential detail. He's been an American for 7 years. Wait. So he was naturalized. 2 years later, he became a Secret Service agent and had to sign to the Vice President of the United States. It's kind of weird.
Can I see your badge again with your photo? You're so cute.
A current Secret Service agent on Vice President J.D. Vance's security detail.
When he's like walking, like where are you?
If you follow him, you'll have at least a minimum head and
gives away vital high-level security information to
So I think his honeypot is an Asian, maybe a Chinese woman. Because these motherfuckers just spill everything thinking they're going to get that.
our undercover journalists.
we have different shifts. We have shift.
Tells her about detailed future travel plans for the vice president, and even sends her pictures with location metadata revealing where the president's convoy was located, potentially violating both the Secret Service NDA and United States federal law. And Tomas is fully aware of this. Quote, I sign paperwork, so if I don't have to get out information, I never do, otherwise I get in trouble. You really have to stand in awe of the lack of self-awareness.
There ain't nothing secret about what we do.
Tomas Escato also reveals that he voted for Biden and that he hates Trump and Vance's immigration policies.
Did you vote for Biden?
Yes, I did actually.
No. What do you think about like all the ICE stuff going on?
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
They're employing taxes that shouldn't be employed.
You may have seen reports last week that someone attempted to break into Vice President J.D. Vance's home in Ohio.
He's still in jail,
that
too.
incident prompted us to take a closer look. What we found in our investigation was an agent inside the vice president's detail who is actually revealing to a total stranger that the vice president will be visiting his home in Ohio days ahead of time. And while what you're about to see is an important story, the security of the vice president and his family is our top priority. Now, under normal circumstances, our editorial policy is to request comment a day or two before a report airs. But in this case, we contacted the Secret Service a full week in advance of this report to ensure that nothing we report here would compromise the vice president's safety in any way. But even with those precautions, what we uncovered is troubling, and we felt this is important for you all to see. We hope that bringing this to light strengthens security and helps prevent future vulnerabilities in our government.
Can I see your badge again with your photo? You said you were training. It was your training?
Yeah, that's like 4 years ago.
You're so cute.
We met Thomas on the dating app Tinder in October of 2025. The Secret Service agent is a holdover from the Biden administration. He was actually originally tasked with protecting Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff. In fact, he sent us this image from a Christmas party in December of 2024. There he is with Kamala Harris.
How did you get picked to do like vice president?
Not by choice, it's just they talk to you and they let you know. It's like, hey, eventually you're going to have to go down to D.C.
Okay.
All roads lead to D.C. now. So you can go to the president's detail, the vice president's detail, what we call counter surveillance division, so that's undercover stuff.
Note the irony, he's talking about undercover counter surveillance to a journalist wearing a hidden camera. Tomas Escato is often directly involved in the vice president's transportation to and from his residence at the Naval Observatory, surveillance of the vice president's residence, and even protecting Vance's wife, Usha Vance, and their children. Here he complains again to a total stranger he just met about his assignment involving J.D. Vance's children.
So what are his kids like?
We go to school with them.
Oh.
Yeah, we follow them everywhere. There's a 24/7, there is no black coverage. Not like it's a babysitter with a R. It's a weird one that we always talk about, like Fuck is this? But you can't do nothing.
Oh, you can't do anything.
Oh, we can't do anything.
Tomas proceeds to give our undercover journalist detailed info with pictures about the specific methods used to transport and protect the vice president. And even tells her some exact times of shift changes on the Secret Service schedule.
So like when he's like walking, like where are you?
Following.
Just following.
It's a group of us. We surround, make a bubble.
Yeah.
We'll have at least a minimum head and now that I'm on the vice president's actual details, a little different because we have different shifts.
There's a lot, yes. But there's also about the same amount of people who just want to believe what's being told to them. Especially when it comes from the media. And TikTok. Oh my god, TikTok has made fucking everything dumb.
Via text, J.D. Vance's Secret Service agent informs the stranger when he has picked up J.D. Vance's wife, and even mentions that he and Vance are currently at Tomas even sends a selfie from inside a
What a retard.
J.D. Vance's residence at the Naval Observatory. It's basically a secure location while the Secret Service is surveilling the vice president's home. Though while he's supposed to be guarding the vice president's property, Tomas is busy snapping selfies, texting our journalist. Now here's a picture that Tomas sent us taking off from Joint Base Andrews Air Force Base. You see the convoy vehicle going into the airplane, and some of these photos even had location metadata baked in the photos. It's worth mentioning that these pictures were taken a few months prior to sending them to our journalist. While they didn't give away the vice president's location in real time,
I ran across an article or story, maybe 2 or 3, that Somalian daycares are looking to hire crisis actors, children crisis actors, so they can fill their daycares and look like people are in them.
They did give away certain routes that were used and the number of vehicles in the convoy, information which could be used in the future. This is a photo Tomas sent us from King Khalid International Airport in Saudi Arabia. Here's a photo Tomas sent us loading the convoy into an aircraft at Munich Airport in Germany, where Vice President Vance gave a speech to the Munich Security Council. Again, metadata there on the photo. Another image revealing the exact location at the presidential helicopter at JFK in New York. And we think perhaps most significant, he revealed the location where President Trump's convoy was driving through Emirates Palace in Abu Dhabi, May 2025. This convoy was transporting President Trump for a state visit with the UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. These photos are from Tomas Escoto's time during the Secret Service shot from his personal iPhone. His personal phone dating back to May, while on duty protecting the vice president and president, and all of this was
Surprised they're allowed to have them on.
The Secret Service agent even goes on to detail recent visits to Minnesota, Tennessee, specifies that the Secret Service team was on location as per the procedure.
He went to Minnesota last week.
Okay.
So we sent out a team ahead of time before he went there. Ahead of time.
Okay.
So they do the security advance for that. Depending on what it is, you know, you liaison with our field office out there, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and any other federal law enforcement, depending on what we're doing. Come up with a plan to secure where he's going to be at, the airport, the route.
Wow, it's funny you 1.5 million. It's real funny you said 1.5 million. That's what Renee's wife just got from Give Send Go.
Place that he's going to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If he's staying in a hotel, then we have someone else that we have to set that up.
Oh my God.
Before the trip to Tennessee, the Secret Service agent also texts our journalist informing her which plane the vice president will be traveling in and when they plan to depart. Even texts her an image of himself in the plane, notifying her that he is on board with the VP. And even worse, Escato continues to detail Vance's future travel plans, revealing at the time that Vance will be visiting his home in Ohio for 4 to 5 days and then will be visiting Florida for one night. Now, this is potentially a violation of the non-disclosure agreement that Tomas would have signed when joining the Secret Service, which states, quote, the unauthorized disclosure, unauthorized retention,
By the way, he's
or
actually
negligent handling of classified information
off his duty
by me
right
could
now.
damage or irreparably be injury to the United States or could be used to advantage by a foreign nation, I hereby agree that I will never divulge classified information to anyone, unquote. And it may also be a violation of federal law. 18 U.S. Code 793, gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information. Now, in some Section D, it states, lawfully having possession of photographs related to national defense and communicating or transmitting them to any person not entitled to receive them shall be fined or imprisoned, not more than 10
No
years.
one ever
or
mentioned
both.
espionage.
It's important to
Actually,
note
in the
that the Secret
definition of
Service did
espionage,
not
everything he
confirm
did.
that the behavior exhibited by Tomas violates these laws, but they did say they are potential violations of the United States Secret Service Code of Conduct. Tomas is fully aware of this, as he mentions in one text to our journalist, quote, I signed paperwork, so if I don't have to get out information, I never do, otherwise I get in trouble. You really have to stand in awe of the lack of self-awareness. All of what I just showed you is ironic, because Escato has already given our journalist information about protective formations, times of shift changes, locations and times of travel, and even pictures of vice president convoys with location data. There is one more aspect to this interaction that caught our attention. Tomas reveals to our undercover that he voted for Biden.
Did you vote for Biden?
Yes, I did actually.
Like right around when he first became American.
Yeah, I did too.
That was the first time I was able to vote.
Really?
I wasn't a citizen. I got my citizenship in 2018.
If Tomas got his
Nailed
citizenship
it.
in 2018, he's been a Secret Service agent for 5 years.
How long have you been as a Secret Service?
Oh, I know. I know. I've been saying that.
5 years.
5 years.
No blood, no
That
pictures
means
of
he
the
was placed in
aftermath.
duty with the Secret Service
Normally you
after
would have
about
seen at
2
least
years
one.
of citizenship in America. Tomas also goes on to reveal that he hates President Trump and Vice President Vance's immigration policies.
What do you think about like all the ICE stuff going on?
I don't like that.
It's really sad.
I don't understand why they're covering their face. I don't agree with that at all. At the end of the day, we're public servants.
Sure.
You're allowed to see our face.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing secret about what we do. But why they're doing that, I have no idea. They got to stop with that stuff. Though.
Yeah. It's terribly sad.
But no, that is actually a sad thing. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
They're employing taxes that shouldn't be employed.
Now there, Tomas is actually allowed to express his opinions. It's his First Amendment right. If he was only doing that, this wouldn't be a story.
Nick Fuentes
We thought it was
is
important
fake.
to
Tucker's
include
a fucking
that
CIA
because
agent.
it might
Candace.
provide some clues or context
I like
as to
Candace.
why he was displaying this behavior. Whether Tomas is merely
But she was going
inexperienced and
after
loose-lipped,
children, not what she's doing
intentionally
now, which is
sabotaging the
weird.
vice president's security, or just plain stupid, well, that's unclear. But what's certain is this should not be happening inside our Secret Service, particularly after the serious security lapses in 2024 that led to the head of the Secret Service
And it's
resigning.
funny because Iran actually came out with a threat to assassinate the president again.
After what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. And why do we think this is an important story? Well, most importantly is the protection and the security of the Vice President of the United States. And we hope this story leads to better security and better protection than what we're seeing here. We're confident that it will. We hope it sends a shockwave through the Secret Service that deters bad actors and unprofessionalism in a way that, for example, Inspector General never could. And we
Right.
hope that it leads people with information to come to O'Keefe Media Group and Citizen Journalism Foundation. We hope that it encourages people to tell other stories like this, to root out.
Funny, he started out citizen journalism, and that's the same
requirement.
the same thing that's been exposing bullshit in Minnesota, Washington State, Tennessee, Florida, California, Oregon. But remember when we were all up for Doge cuts? Hell yeah. Doge cuts this. We need to find fraud. Let's get Doge cuts. We found him. Mike Johnson didn't want to bring him up to a vote to qualify him, so it's kind of pointless. So you have to go find the fraud. Thing is, they know the fraud was there. They ignored it. How do you think they got money and rich? Ilhan Omar went from $64,000, a net worth of $64,000, a salary of $174,000 to $30 million net worth in 5 years. Wow. Wow. Not to mention she was part of a scam that was stealing money for feeding kids. Huh? Doesn't matter. None of that matters. I don't know why we got into that part, because that's actually not what we're coming up next. That coming up next is, well, should boys be allowed in women's sports in front of the Supreme Court? And this woman came in. Is this the one I think it is? Yeah, I think this is more they can't define what a man and a woman or a boy and a girl is.
It's a clear notice requirement.
Right, but how that applies is a little tricky, and I think in the case...
Why?
Yeah,
I mean, your
I know.
argument is that in
I know.
1974 and 1960, sex meant biology, and that...
I
it's
don't
not
know
clearly-
much about Prager.
There's not clear notice otherwise. Why isn't
Or
that... the end of it?
PragerU.
Again, I think...
Prager's not something that I typically go for a source.
The end of it is the statute clearly doesn't permit this claim. I'm just saying that I would be cautious about speaking about how the clear notice requirement applies, because it is not a clear statement requirement.
I understand that. You're not answering my question with respect.
So I guess what I'll
If it's
say...
a clear notice requirement, at minimum, and a voluntary agreement, and sex at the...
Sorry, guys, that's the wrong video. Fuck. All right, wrong video. So what happens when you try to make fun of these police that are guarding, or, deporting people, the police that are helping, actual police that are helping, keep the community safe, and then you have all these paid actors who are supposed to agitate, paid to agitate, and hopefully, by God, somebody gets shot, or somebody gets beat with a shovel and a broomstick, gets shot in the leg. That never happens. Anyway, let's get to, this first one. I love this guy right here. Not like loving is like, oh my God, but like his attitude. This would be me if I was an ICE agent.
I don't care what they told you. If you guys get in my way, I will arrest you.
Sir, we're just observing. Please calm down.
You can observe all you want.
I am observing. Do you
Stay
see
back.
me in the way? I am back.
You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
He is.
I love my job. Thank you.
You love your job?
I can't believe I get paid for this.
Really?
I do this for free.
I used to say that. I used to love my job. I used to get paid to shoot targets.
Really, I get $200K. I'm a physician assistant.
You like that? I get $200K. Let me write. I'm sorry. I make $200K and I'm a physician's assistant. That's cool, bruh. Federal agents actually make more.
Really?
I do this for free.
Really, I get $200K. I'm a physician assistant.
How long did you go to school for that?
Over 7 years.
I went to high school. And I make $200.
Boom!
People regard me as someone valuable in society. What about you?
High school education, 7 years of college. Both make $200,000 a year. Weird. And he got a signing bonus, I bet. And he's got health care. And I believe his kids, he's got college options.
Your says prestige? No. Come out and report if you can. Renee Nicole Good, you would shoot her too.
If she drove a car at me, yes.
Racist! Racist! EPV has a...
Wait, how is he a racist? They're talking about Renee Goodbye, and he's saying, if she got in front of me, I would shoot her too. He's white. She's white. Where's the racism?
Car at me, yes.
Racist!
racist! Who KPP has erased this?
Sometimes criminals get shot.
Go ahead, say it clearer for me.
What?
What
Sometimes
happens?
criminals get shot if they threaten.
By
people.
who? By
They
who?
get shot by law
Criminals
enforcement.
get shot by law enforcement?
Absolutely.
Driving their car?
At a
Yeah.
cop, yeah.
Renee Nicole Good!
Renee Nicole, goodbye.
What she did! Yes. Renee Nicole Good, you would shoot her too!
Yeah.
If she drove a car at me, yes.
City Councilor Angelita Murillo speaking out online.
I am completely appalled and frankly enraged to see that Portland police are talking to protesters or to anyone like this. This is completely unacceptable behavior.
The Portland police officer in question has been reassigned to other duties as the Bureau reviews a complaint about his comments.
When you take off your uniform, are you afraid of police?
I have a question for you. You're white and you're telling this to two
This
black
is
police
point.
officers.
Yeah.
Do you see the problem with that a little bit?
No, I don't, because you know what? Just because I'm white and I haven't experienced racism myself doesn't mean I can't fight for justice. They're a part of the system. They're a part of the problem. Just because they're black doesn't mean they're not a part of the problem.
Gotcha.
I'm allowed to say this to whoever. Because I'm white, racism is a white person's problem.
Yep.
Racism is my problem. I need to fix it. That's why I'm here talking to all of them. Black, white, brown, purple.
He's black. He's black. He's black.
She's black.
He's black. She's black. He's black. He's black. What do you think about that?
I'm confused why they aren't doing anything about her wearing the Blue Lives Matter flag. We know what it means.
What does it mean?
It means that we don't support.
I mean, technically, I don't have a job. Yeah, that's why I double stream.
Black Lives Matter.
I thought it means he support the police.
It didn't exist before Black Lives Matter existed.
Oh?
Interesting.
I never saw a thin blue line 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
What do you hope to accomplish by yelling at them?
I hope that she takes her Blue Lives Matter flag sign off. I think that's extremely disrespectful.
Oh, he's upset at the Blue Lives Matter bandana, whatever the fuck they called it. But he's not mad about flags being burned.
We are following.
Which one's this? I don't think I want to do this one. That one's dumb.
So,
all right, this guy testified in Congress, man. This whole fucking committee hearing they had was off the fucking rails. It's almost like something you would see in a movie or in another country. But this is just a portion of it because this guy, I went on, he actually posted this. It's like a cut up of what he did. But like I said, there's like over 5-6 hours of that kind of stuff. And, well, I'll eventually do them.
I will give you all one more opportunity. Ms. Robbins, Mr. Hudson, and Ms. Rarick.
Yes.
Raise your hand if you oppose the pardon of George Santos.
How'd you know I was black? Dude, can I get welfare?
Not playing this game.
It's not a game. It's real life. It's not a game at all.
Well, I'm not
but
working.
I will take.
I'm retired. Did 20 years in the Army, so...
Your refusal to go on record, not only as cowardice, but that you do agree with that pardon of that fraudster. Moving on. Now raise your hand if you oppose Trump's pardon of this crypto company.
Not participating.
Got her.
Mr. Ballou. Okay, again, I'll take your refusal to raise your hand in opposition. That means that you support this pardon of this corporation that frauded folks to the tune of $100 million.
And the greatest part is that I retired at 37 years old and with my retirement pay, dude, I pretty much literally sit back and enjoy life.
Yesterday, reclaiming my time.
It's funny that you should say that because one of my smoke detectors has been beeping for like 3 months. This one in my room beeps every like 2 or 3 days. Of course I'm not going to replace my fucking batteries. I'll have my kids do that eventually.
expression
one way or the other.
Yeah,
This
that
is
started a
my
couple
time.
years ago.
That I am
Do
here
not speak
as
over
a member
me,
of the public.
reclaiming my time. You are
that
not
you
Mr. Chair.
serve.
Mr. Chair.
That's what I
You
know.
are speak
As
over
a
me.
member of expression one way.
Yo, I've been using that a lot. Forgot who I got it from. Was it Hodge Twins? Maybe somebody else. Chimping out.
Audited folks to the tune of $100 million.
Refusal to participate is not an
reclaiming
expression.
Reclaiming
Refusal
my time.
to
Reclaiming
participate
my time. Do
is
you know
not
the
an
rules of
expression
committee?
one way or
Do you
the
know
other.
the rules of committee? This is my
I
time.
know that I am
Do
here
not speak
as
over
a
me.
member of the public.
Reclaiming my time. You are
that
not
you
Mr. Chair.
serve.
Mr. Chair.
That's what I know.
You are not in order with the rules of the committee. This is my time.
Stop
This
screaming.
is my time.
And
I
it's
ask
our
the
dollars.
questions and you answer, but you're too much of a coward to answer. So we're going to move on.
You can't
So
do
raise
that.
your hand
That's
if you
against house
oppose
rules.
Trump's pardon of this Minnesota individual.
Ma'am, this grandstanding nonsense
This is not
is
grandstanding.
exactly
This is
what
accountability.
Minnesotans hate about D.C.
This is accountability, and you are hypocrites. So again, I will take your
Thanks for
refusal
demonstrating my opening
Mr.
statement.
Chairman,
Reclaiming
order,
my
decorum.
time.
She's off the
Reclaiming
rails.
my time. I'm not off the rails, please.
You are
Enough
totally
with your
off the
troll.
rails.
We'll move on to Representative Hudson.
fucking
It's just
hate
a yes or no.
I cannot deceive the committee by giving it a binary. I have spoken to this many times. I have renounced the content of these ridiculous conspiracy theories, and I've called them ridiculous on multiple
That's
occasions.
great. Do you think it's appropriate for the President of the United States
I
to
am
repost
not
it?
going to engage in the silly condemnation game.
No.
in
This
a
is not.
context-
No.
In a
This
context,
is not silly. This is the
what
President.
did you have to say about the
Hey, my
assassination
time. I'll
of Charlie
reclaim my
Kirk?
time. I'll reclaim
What did you
my
have to
time.
say about Jay
I'll reclaim
Jones,
my
who's the
time.
chief
I'll
law
reclaim my
enforcement
time.
officer
I'll reclaim
in the
my
state
time.
of Virginia,
I'll reclaim my time.
fantasizing
I'll
about
reclaim my
shooting
time.
Republicans
I will
and
reclaim
watching
my
kids
time.
die
The gentleman
in their
will
mother's
stop
arms.
talking
I'm not
on
playing
my
this game
time.
in
The
that
gentleman will
context,
stop talking on my time.
You crushed it. There are a couple times, and this happens in all these congressional years, why no one watches them, because 5 minutes somebody asks a question, and the next 5 minutes are just some random go off on hinder deal. And you didn't let them do it. They were trying to box you in a couple times. You got in shouting matches. Give me Walter Hudson's mindset when he's being peppered with a weird question, and you go off on a congressman on television nationwide. What's going through your head?
Well, the primary thing that's going through my head is these people are my servants, and
they work for you.
Owe me respect, and they owe my constituents respect, and they owe the American people respect. And if they're not going to show that, then I'm not going to cooperate with the process. I don't care what the rules of Congress are. Arrest me, right? My red line was when you start putting words in my mouth and using your time as an elected congressperson to disparage my character, you're done. I'm going to take up your time. I'm going to talk over you. I'm going to shout you down. I'm going to make my point. Your time's now my time. Like, this is a conditional relationship. You either act in good faith, like you can have whatever opinion you want. You can go off in some irrelevant screed about the Trump Kennedy Center, like one of them did. Like, you can do whatever you want. But as soon as you abuse your position to lie, we're done.
If this put words to something you've been
Sorry, I lost track of what I was thinking about. All right. So this is Mayor Jacob Fry on Fox News. It's about a 18-minute segment. You know what? No, we're not playing that.
I want to ask you about this. You know, when you talk about the confusion, and you've been open, obviously, about your support for the president, when you look at the videos of what happened, and I'm sure they're very hard for you, Timmy, to watch if you've even been able to, but the Deputy Attorney General says that the Justice Department doesn't believe that there's evidence to back a criminal investigation, right? And nothing about charges or anything that.
This
Just
is
like an
Renee
investigation
Goodbye's
into what
father-in-law.
happened in terms of the ICE
The
agents'
grandfather of the
actions.
6-year-old.
But they were, according to the prosecutors resigning today, pressuring them to investigate Renee's actions and
You know what helped get my kids out of that stuff? COVID, when they kept them at home. My kids were, well, at least my youngest daughter was going towards that direction. She was, you know, one of those kind of leftist. 2020. She was sitting here listening to me, and she woke up. Back to the Gen X. Always question.
Becca, her wife's actions. How do you feel about all that?
Well, you know, I'm not blaming anybody. I mean, it's a hard situation all the way around. It's hard for for everybody involved. I mean, the ICE agent, at first I didn't see the footage where, he was actually, he was actually being ran. I mean, I seen the bump of the car hitting his legs. And so in a flash like that, it's hard to say how you would react. From my understanding that he had been through that before, maybe dragged or something. And so, like I said, it's just a hard situation for everybody. Becca, she's a great person.
Why is
as
she
well.
not
I
in
mean,
jail?
I don't
Why is
have
her
any
video
enemies.
camera
I love
footage not
everybody.
released? Right? If they really wanted to push their whole narrative, they would release her footage, right? You'd think. Or is that $1.5 million going to help her walk and disappear? How much of that $1.5 million is going to go to the 6-year-old?
And that's what the Bible tells us: love our neighbors as we love ourselves. But I think there's some bad choices, and the word says, "For the wrath of God will come upon the children of disobedience."
I've mentioned Sandy Hook, but my channel's either got taken down for medical misinformation or COVID. Well, COVID would be medical misinformation. Is what they told me.
And it's I don't blame ICE, I don't blame Rebecca, I don't blame Renee. I just wish that if we're walking the Spirit of God, I don't think she would have been there.
I'm gonna give you.
All right. While this is playing, I'm going to go get something to drink downstairs. Now, those of y'all know I like Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels is not your typical nigger. He can be. But he knows what it's like to come up in America, make your own money, pay taxes. And weird thing is, most people like him would be liberal. And this is what happens when you get a strong conservative with a liberal who thinks they're gung-ho. I like Anton. Anton Daniels fucking basically said, listen, motherfucker, let's go outside. We're not going to play that whole clip because it's like an hour long. That dude did not want to go outside with Anton. But, like I said, I'll be right back. Y'all watch this clip.
You the same energy you give me. Let's switch seats. I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no sucky shit. I'm a man. I don't do no sucky shit.
I don't give a about nothing.
Well, I tell
All right, so this is Anton, very popular YouTuber, right wing.
Hey, Solomon, no worries, man.
Holcomb, he's
You
a
know,
well-known comedian.
I'm all about
He's
saying shit that I
left-wing.
want to.
I actually met him
To a
at
point.
LA Improv years ago, right? So they're talking politics. You know this is about to happen. I don't even know what that female was sitting in between them two. Yeah, so whenever you take a black guy from the right and you take a black guy from the left, it's going to always come down to race. Yeah, it's just the way it is. It's always going to come down to being disrespected too. Yeah, from the left. Yeah. But on the left, black people see everything through a lens of racism and race. And blanket statements too. Yeah. Check this conversation out.
I believe you know this already. When the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Oh my God. He's pretty much saying just if the cops going to shoot you, they're going to shoot you. Yeah, it's like you can't, and you have no, you can't do anything about it. Yeah. Which is a blanket statement. Yeah, and it's not happening. Yeah. Because cops are just not out here shooting black people for no reason. Yeah, that black person is giving that cop solid reason to shoot them. All right, let's get to the conversation.
This is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong what I said?
This is so insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
It is.
But
you didn't answer it.
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
I'm going to answer your question. It depends on the circumstance.
True.
And the interesting thing about it is this. The majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to say all black people are stupid.
See, he took this literally. Yeah. He was just giving you an example of a blanket statement. Yeah. All black people are stupid. That's just, he's giving you an example of a blanket statement. Yeah, just to show you how ridiculous your statements are. Yeah, he's not saying all black people are stupid, but you're taking it like he literally believes that. He's just giving you an example of a blanket statement. And he took offense to that because he thought he was talking down on black people. A lot of black people on the left, man, as soon as they hear black, man, it's like they're hypnotized. And anything that comes after that, they don't understand how it goes over their head because everything's they're so tribalistic when it comes to race.
Yeah, exactly.
He just gave you an example of a blanket statement.
Yeah, he's not trying to offend anybody.
Yeah, he's not trying to say black people are all stupid.
Yeah.
As an example, say something about the white people.
No. You're not.
I don't think you got
people all the time.
Well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me? Because
Anton talks shit about white people all the fucking time, mainly white liberal women. Go on his shows, bro. He pulls up their videos all the time.
Liberal white women literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single day.
Caucasian female, the biggest enemy.
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the core.
No, I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
See, they always resort to that. Yeah. Like white people are our bosses because
he's literally his own boss.
Black people. And you're conflating white people like they're all the
same.
He
owns company.
They're not. You have progressives, you have moderates, you have liberals, and you have conservative whites. Yeah. Black people, now y'all all the same. It's monolith. 90% of us vote Democrat. That's why we're pretty much all the same, but you're trying to say them, white folks, like they're all the same. They're not.
Yeah, like they're all evil.
Yeah, we like black conservatives, we trash white liberals every day.
Yeah, male and female.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
and
a
I
boss.
trash stupid Republicans.
We say that, but here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's the reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible?
Well, black people, they're low-hanging fruit. It's so easy to criticize the black community because we're insufferable. It's like as soon as I go to my feed, regardless of the social media platform I'm on, it's black people wilding and chimping out.
Yeah, actually. He used it.
It's black people wilding and chimping out. Black women just beating the hell out of each other, ripping each other's wigs off. Yeah, it's impossible to trash Chinese people or Asian people. How easy it is to trash Asian people. How
easy.
You see Asian people on social media just chimping out.
I was joking, like, I pulled up a time hop from like 6 years ago, and it was of me and my kids playing Cards Against Humanity, and I was fucking high as balls. And I played a game. We played a game goes, who can open their eyes the widest? Nobody won. We all tried. Like, we actually had to do this. Yeah, we do that. I make fun of my own people. I make fun of everybody. Don't give a fuck who you are.
Doing crazy stuff. Yeah, it's impossible. But black people, we make it easy. It's so easy. It's our culture. And when we call it out, y'all call us Uncle Toms. Yeah. No, I don't want that a part of my culture. Yeah. That's why we go after those people. Yeah.
For in this country as the downfall
I'm an
of
equal
it.
accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to
you.
you.
He talked shit about Jacob.
You don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You're too busy.
My capacity
case,
that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
He's hung up on the whole race thing about white people. Yeah, we criticize liberals.
Let's slow down because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking loud, and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it. And that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males.
Here it comes.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the of black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah, homie, let me tell you something, homie. I don't suck dick.
Yeah, you do.
See, again, Anton, he used a metaphor. He's a figure of speech. Yeah. Like Corey said that he kisses the ass of white men. Yeah. He was using a figure of speech, a metaphor. Right, yeah. And then when Anton turned around and used a metaphor to bash him, to call him out of his name, now he's taking offense to it. When he just did it to Anton. Corey, you initiated it. You started it first. You said he kissed the butt of white men. Yeah. And he danced around things. Yeah. It's not true. And that's something they always say about blacks who support the Republican Party. That we kiss white people's butts, that we dance for the white man. And another thing before we get back to video, you got to specify what white people you're talking about or you're referring to, because he's not all whites are the same.
No, from his point of view,
yeah.
From a Democrat point of view, they all the same,
which is nuts because they're not. Yeah.
You do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck.
You doing it right now.
See?
Believe me when I tell you.
He took it literally. He was figure of speech.
I don't
Figure of
do
speech is
that.
like
Tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So
Low
don't come at me.
IQ, low capacity.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's do
energy
it
you give me.
Let's do it.
Say, you already said I'm gonna give you the same energy you just gave me. That's all he doing is returning the favor. You can dish it, but you can't take it.
Yeah. That's what it seems. I'm with it, homie. I don't do no sucky shit. I'm a man. I don't do no sucky shit.
I don't give a fuck about none
Well,
of
I tell you what. Watch that sucky shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no sucking,
You say a
homie.
lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You
Okay, but that case, you go.
Black on black
Hey,
crime.
homie,
Black on black.
right here.
Don't put no shit on me.
From Detroit right now.
Again.
I'm right here, right now. All
right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I
don't do no sucky shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But you're
We
not
good.
bossing up on me.
We good. I did already. I don't do.
The phone right down, right now. I'm going up back. I don't give a fuck.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
You running your mouth. I don't do
You
no.
doing it. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to save your time, no, hold on. If you want
I'll
to say
show you
anti-
I ain't doing it for the internet.
If
I'm
you wanna
saying
say-
You are doing it for the
Listen,
internet.
Don't
I'ma let
disrespect
you
me like
finish.
If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me, so I'm gonna extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how would it call this?
Go ahead, he kiss white man's butt. Yeah. You don't even, he doesn't even remember that because he's so heated.
You can't eat catnip.
That you presented that figure of speech. It was totally out of his name. You disrespected Anton first. You started all this.
Yeah.
When he used the exact same figure of speech, you got all pissed about it.
Yeah, man, we need, he needs NFL replay.
Yeah. 15-yard penalty on Holcomb. Before we get back to the video, don't forget about our giveaway. It ends next week for our F-250 and Polaris XP automatically. And it went statements are pretty, it's listening to what we're saying, and they conflate a lot of things, and a majority of their arguments are blanket statements. It's so hard to have a decent conversation with these people.
Yeah.
It's next to impossible.
Yeah.
To you, you called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how would it call this out his name? I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get respected.
I got a question for bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No, this
because
my
I'll take
show.
that. That's
This
cool.
my show.
That's cool, but I'll take that as a threat.
Okay,
I
well,
would've
it
too.
is a threat if you calling me dick sucking. I don't.
Man, what you talking about?
I don't.
If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do
Come at
shit.
me with that dick sucking shit again.
You're not gonna
Come at me with. See, I suck again.
We can go out back right now.
Why do we have to say it again?
Yeah.
Why does he's already said it? And you tell why do he have to say it again?
Yeah. Anton's answer, hey, let's take it outside.
Let's take it outside. Let's see what happened
We can go
now.
out back right now. I'm with it. I bet you won't say that shit.
And he I bet you won't say it again. This is like high school stuff.
Man, I can tell Anton, he is about all that smoke. This dude, I met Corey, he's a big dude, right? Anton, that dude his voice is not quivering, he's not shaking. That dude is calm.
Well, Kevin, he's from
cucumber.
He's from Detroit. He didn't seen it all.
Yeah, he didn't sit on. Most men don't behave the way Anton is.
Well, I
behaving.
think Anton realized he's just doing it for the internet. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah. Well, if somebody's really
Which he
about
didn't.
that life, they already
Because
swing.
later on in the whole clip, they're talking about him and having the security. He ain't going out back.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a f about this shit.
No, it's not. I ain't falling for the. Darlene, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you.
Why do you still need the microphone?
Darlene, you need your head examined. Why you sitting between a liberal black and a conservative black? You just asking for it. Yeah, that was funny. Don't get in the way of. If a white person said it's racist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't got to go out back right now because we got to go out back to lead us. But I'm saying that dick sucking watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like
If you want to get back to the conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not listening to none of that shit, bro. I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get back to the conversation,
long as you
we can
know.
get back to the conversation.
Long as you know.
Bro, you not.
I believe you know this already.
You want to get back to the conversation?
Oh, I forgot they cut it. Yeah, it gets more interesting because they still go at it. All right, this is the one. I was waiting for this to come out yesterday. Because he said he was going to release it at 9. 9 never came. Didn't happen. 10 came. Didn't happen. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally happened. Part 2. Part 2 of Nick Shirley and his Minneapolis crusade. I guess you could say it's a crusade. Huh? Hmm?
Bro, you don't ask me nothing. $2.25 million. Get out.
Are we the only community that does fraud?
How come they said this building was closed? Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Advanced Mobility? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
They know we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have no defense.
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
The Minnesota fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars of fraud has been exposed, and as I showed the world the blatant fraud taking place at daycares and other locations across Minnesota, it became the most viewed video expose on the internet and created instant change within the government as the Fed sent thousands of federal agents to Minnesota, and the HHS froze over $185 million in all payments to childcare. And while politicians like Tim Walz call people like me white supremacists and far-right delusional conspiracy theorists for exposing the fraud, meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election. The Minnesota fraud scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting because daycares like Quality Learning Center were exposed. However, the daycares is only a small portion of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years. So here in Minnesota, you have daycare fraud, you have adult daycare fraud, you have healthcare fraud, and you even have more fraud. What's some of the fraud that's also taking place here inside of Minnesota?
Well, what I think might be sort of the heart of the beast here is this transportation fraud. And what I mean by that is in Minnesota, we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota.
Vans all the time, but
and more than 90% of them are Somali owned.
And so right here on the table, what do we have? All this information right here.
So I have a number of companies that are local here in the Twin Cities, and this is just a fraction of the companies that are out there. What I found was that the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles per company. A lot of these companies, their address is an apartment, some are in a house, some are in a convenience store, some of them in a vacant building. There's no signage, there's nobody there.
And so why would there be such a need for all these transportation companies here inside of Minnesota?
So if you think of this transportation as the hub of the wheel, so childcare is a spoke, adult daycare is a spoke, autism is a spoke, the interpreter services, which we can get into, that's another spoke. It all ties back to transportation. Why? Because those meals someone had to deliver those meals. Someone has to deliver the kid to autism, or say they did. So it all revolves around the transportation. And so when you're looking at this, you say, okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in Minnesota. Well, again, the average is 20 vehicles per company. So that's 800 times 20. And the way these NEMT companies are paid is if they bring someone to a doctor's appointment, whatever the case might be, or Costco or wherever they're going, because remember, it's non-emergency medical transportation. Well, we went to Costco because they have to eat or they'll die. So that's considered, right? So it's almost impossible to figure out from the outside what exactly the payments are for each of these trips. But I have a pretty good idea. So when someone provides a transportation to a facility or a location, they're also paid for the time to sit there and wait for the appointment to end and then drive the person back. So they're paid 3 different ways. And the average is going to be $50 per trip. So it's going to the appointment as a trip, coming back trip. So that's $100 per round trip. So if you have 800 companies in Minnesota that are NEMT companies, they all own 20 vehicles, and they're all making 10 trips a day, and it's $50 per trip.
One way.
So it's 800 times 20 times 10 trips times $50 a trip. Do the math. And the reality is, how many of these trips are being provided? 0. They don't have to provide any. Why? Because when they are paid by the state of Minnesota, these companies go online and they fill out a form, and it just says, okay, how many trips, how many miles.
Okay,
They
I believe
submit that
you.
electronically to the state, and boom, they get paid. Nobody bothers to check. They don't call the dentist. Did this kid show up? They don't do anything. As soon as that form is filed with the state of Minnesota, that payment goes out immediately.
And so essentially, these transportation companies are what hold all of the fraud together, because you have the daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the adult daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the healthcare companies working with the transportation companies. So it's just another way to bill and to also make it look like something's happening here inside of Minnesota.
This is the belly of the beast. All of this fraud revolves around these transportation companies. All of it. This touches every part of fraud here in Minnesota.
And today we're going to go confront these people. We confronted them last time. There was no kids in any of the child care centers.
when you figure
And
out
today, what do you expect to see?
I think we're going to see some vehicles because, you know, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving, and mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever, and there's never, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles. I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco. They're going to...
Dude's so old, he doesn't know that the Caravans aren't made by Plymouth. Pretty sure they're made by Dodge now. I mean, they were all the same company.
Sam's Club. They're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're going to go out and see what's happening with these transportation companies.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first, David.
Coming
All right,
for ya.
let's go. So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation, Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
And so what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
allegedly fraudulent.
Well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue, I have no idea where there's parking them because there is no parking anywhere near this office.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there we have a Loving Arms adult daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there, and there's supposed to be a transportation company registered right here. It's 617, but it's a liquor store.
Oh.
So the location here is 607 and also 617. These are two transportation companies. We're on a main road right now, and this is 607, and it is not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer, but it's registered here, 607,
This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is the transportation company?
I don't see any signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we have the manager. Let's see if we can find Fuad. Hello. How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation?
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation?
Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari Transportation.
We don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation,
know.
607.
That's the address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari Transportation
There's
is.
not, we don't know.
Okay, so the business is not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar?
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
Money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this is
registered.
from-
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say, this is for Safari Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015.
2015?
Safari Transportation, state of Minnesota.
2015. Oh, yeah.
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota website today.
Sir, please.
This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuad A. Omar.
Go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari Transportation?
Okay, it's no Safari, period.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent business.
Did you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
Did you see?
Exactly. It's
Did
not
you
here.
see it?
It's a fraud.
Did you see, sir?
Okay, thank you. We're going to go to the next address. All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company. And now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation
It's in the back.
company?
You gotta get drunk first.
617 right here.
Dreamline Transportation for the state of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to hide that these
Yeah.
are transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
What's that?
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
No.
Where is the transportation company?
No, we don't have this.
You ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari, I know Safari, that money wiring, 607.
The money wiring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Yeah.
We're looking for Safari
Maybe there.
Transportation.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never did. Safari company, the money wiring.
Oh.
They send money there. That's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere underneath the name of a transportation
So
company.
we said to go here.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is Reliable Services, Immigration, Travel, and Tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
Morning.
Kinda
Hey,
look
we're
like it.
hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. You ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it. Ask next door.
He said to ask here, that you would know.
Ask next door. This is a mailbox. It's not a real call.
So, Dreamline Transportation could be nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
Could.
607.
Very big word.
Safari Transportation doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617 Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says Reliable ITT Services. How are you doing, man?
I just want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we
to-
sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're
Are
not
you-
attacking
Expose all the
your
fraud,
community
spare
by
all
any
money.
means.
Are you making
We're
good money
looking-
from this?
We're looking for fraud.
No, I'm
For
not.
instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607?
second.
It's not there.
How
and why
much-
don't you answer?
How much money are
Why don't you
you
answer the
how much
question?
money
Where's
are you
617
making?
Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make money off of
this?
YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing.
That my job
and attacking
is.
the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the
fraud
reason
is
why
fraud,
this is
sir.
happening. All right, let me
David,
tell you the reason why you're
fraud is
attacking
fraud,
this.
correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
This
Is fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
No, it does not.
All right, and us being from Africa. This is a constitutional argument. if you don't want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not saying that.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. You're talking.
when I go onto your comments,
My comments
what
aren't
I see
me.
is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You are listen.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like the Japanese community. All right, you're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the
listen.
question. Where
That's something
where
that can,
is the transportation
something
vehicle
that can
company?
jeopardize
Answer the question.
the safety and the protection of the
This is
Somali
fraud.
community.
We're talking
if
about fraud,
anything
sir.
happens to the Somali
We're talking about
community, listen,
fraud.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching
You're
her.
getting very close.
I'm not physically touching her. No, I'm not physically touching her.
This is fraud.
What
We're talking
you're
about
doing-
fraud.
what you're doing-
You're
what you're
defending
doing-
fraud.
what-
You're
when I go
defending
into your
fraud.
comments,
You're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims
Okay,
want
people
us
can-
out of here
people can say
for
what they
being
want. I'm not
Muslim
censoring
are
anybody.
using your material.
No, people like you.
Use your material. People who hate Islam use your material. Say to us, we don't want you here.
First of all, buddy, I didn't like Islam long before Nick Shirley was probably even born. I'm just saying. I have a love-hate relationship with them, and we hate each other.
Change the Constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about
You
fraud.
know, you are. What
We're
you
asking
do,
about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate
You
Muslims.
hate you
We're
know
talking
you
about
hate
fraud.
Muslims.
We're talking
Why
about
are you
fraud.
attacking us?
This
are we
is
the
fraud.
only community that suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about
Are
fraud.
we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community that does this?
This is about
All
fraud.
right, but there's what, 300 Somali
This is
providers in
fraud.
all of Minnesota?
There's actually
I'm not-
800.
Is there like-
So,
you speak English?
transportation companies.
Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen, let me tell you something.
See, this isn't a race
Listen,
issue,
listen,
sir.
listen, let me
This
say
is about
something.
fraud.
We have what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a.
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
you
sir.
want to sacrifice the safety of
Those
80,000?
providers are lying about kids having autism. They're diagnosing kids with autism that aren't even autistic. It's how they get money. A lot of money. And it's not just the Somali community. Just nobody's afraid. Nobody wants to go find everyone else. Right now, the Somalis are a good scapegoat because, well, Ilhan Omar brought this upon herself.
People
We're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers.
That's okay.
Are you fucking mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
You're
Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick fucking Shirley.
This is about fraud.
One single Somali gets hurt.
This is about fraud,
it's because
sir.
of you. Sensationalizes. You son of a bitch. Sensationalizes.
Wow, you're very nice.
Out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
I thought you were living in
Sir,
peace.
can you tell me where the transportation
Get the
company
out
is?
of our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the out of here.
Calm down, sir.
Get the out of here.
Sir, this is
You
about
want to
fraud.
sensationalize? You wanted clicks?
You're
You got clicks.
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
You
sensationalizing
got
yourself.
You wanted clicks? You wanted the YouTube?
Tell me where the
You
transportation
wanted
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the out of our community.
Tell me where the
Get
transportation
the out of our
vehicle is.
community.
Tell me where the.
You
This is about
stupid, racist
fraud.
motherfucker.
This is.
Say I don't want
This is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it.
I don't want
want to
Muslims here.
change the Constitution.
No, I don't
and
want to change the
freedom of
Constitution.
religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. Relax. That is what you are
Sir,
arguing for.
we're not talking.
Change the Constitution.
This is about.
Wait, if you were
fraud.
born here, then what are you worried about?
This is about fraud.
Fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Go get hit by a car.
Transportation
I
company
mean,
is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously, for this video, we had to get security because look at this now. All right, we're going. We're going. But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
No, none.
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion. This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent.
Angry.
And the Somalis are the most violent people I have ever met in my whole life.
Because he couldn't answer the question. Where was the transportation company?
He wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Neither business was there or operating, and giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online, it's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip. And with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue. And with those 2 locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud. All right, we're going to the next location.
All right, I'm not gonna play the rest of this since no one is here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, that's what I got for you today. And well, I guess nobody made it to the end, so not telling you how to think, just telling you to think, and have a good day.